Everyone ready?
Yes, madam.
Can you see the screen? Can you hear
Yes.
me? Okay, so let's start. Okay, so your coursework for MTES3073, as usual, we have two quizzes, okay? Quiz 1, quiz 2, and we have one resource production and one case study report, okay? So all these courseworks are set according to the RMK, okay? We cannot do anything that's different from the RMK. We have to follow the RMK very strictly. Okay, quiz 1 starts on the 21st of August. That means you start studying on 21st of August. The quiz is actually on the 27th of August. Quiz 2 is actually on the 24th of September. You're supposed to start studying from the 18th of September. Okay, so as you can see, quiz 1 and quiz 2 is very late. Okay, because we have to cover a lot of topics. Okay, so resource production will begin tomorrow, 7th July until 16th July. Case study report will begin after you finish your resource production. Then you work on your case study report until 23rd of August. Okay, all this you can go and read later on your own. Okay. Okay, students are required to perform the following tasks. First task, as usual, online quiz is 20 objective questions to be done in 30 minutes. Okay, and task quiz 2 is also another 20 objective questions for topics 5 and 6. Okay, so quiz task 1 and 2, no problem for you. Okay, so task 3, resource production. During a school-based program, you notice that the school you were in had very limited resources for teaching and learning of numbers and operations. You and two other teacher trainees, because you're working in groups, you decide to contribute a self-made resource for the teaching of operations, numbers and operations to the school. So therefore, based on that scenario, in groups, build an appropriate resource for the teaching and learning of any learning standard for topics 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which are teaching of whole numbers, fractions, decimals, ratio, proportion, percent, and money. So you can choose any of these topics. Based on these topics, you choose one DSKP, either year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, or year 6. Okay, you know that year 1, year 2, year 3 are considered level 1. Year 4, year 5, year 6 are level 2. I would advise you to choose from level 1 DSKP, because level 1 will be learning a lot of concepts. Level 2 will be learning more algorithm and procedures. Okay, so you only have to choose one learning standard. Actually, you can do for more than one learning standard if you want. You only have to choose one topic. Your resource must be a concrete manipulative, and then showcase how you would use your resource in a brief video presentation. You see, if you just build a resource and we don't know if that resource, maybe it's a very original idea, we've not seen it before, therefore we may not know how to use it. So you must not only show us proof that you actually built the resource, but you must also show us how to use the resource to teach that learning standard that you have chosen. Okay, when you take your video, take it clearly, nicely, take close shots so that we can see it clearly. Okay, you have any questions regarding task 3?
Madam, I want to ask, for the video is showing us how to use the resource, or we need to teach using the resource?
You don't need to teach. You don't have to like teach the whole thing. I just want to know, okay, if you say the resource is to teach doing addition, okay, doing addition, regrouping, then just show me how to use it, or do one example and show, that's all. So that anybody who watches your video, they will know how to use the resource. It's just that if you don't show us, I'm afraid we may not know how to use the resource. Okay, you may have a different idea, we may have a different idea lah. Okay,
Does mean that don't have the limited time for the video?
actually it's less than half an hour, but don't go up to half an hour lah. Don't make, you must understand that it might be too heavy, difficult for us to watch. So try to do it if in a short time as possible, enough to show that you have done it properly lah.
All right, madam. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, when we look at the tugasan, the task here, we have to read it together with the rubric, okay? You must read the rubric after you've done your resource. Go back and read the rubric again and see if you have fulfilled all the criteria, okay? So let's look at the high distinction 1A plus first, okay? So for this task 3 for your resource production, we look at 3 criteria. Effectiveness of the resource. That means, does the resource teach what it's supposed to teach? And resource originality and creativity and your teamwork skills. Teamwork skills because you're doing this in groups. It doesn't, there are 3 of you in one group, I think. So it doesn't matter if one person did a lot of work and the other 2 didn't do so much of work. It doesn't matter because everybody gets the same result, okay? So it's for you all in the group to make sure that you divide the work properly and work together, okay? Because this will be very difficult for me to see, okay? Unless you call me and tell me that this person didn't do or what, but even then, I won't change the marks, okay? The marks will be the same. So teamwork skill marks, I can only see from your product. Okay, then effectiveness of resource. Resource very highly promotes the achievement of the stated learning objective. Resource can be adapted very well to provide students with multiple learning paths or alternative activities based on student needs. This means that your resource, when you do a resource, the resource must be flexible in the sense that you can adapt the resource a little bit to use it for a different kind of student or to teach a different skill. For example, if you did a resource to teach, say, proper fractions, then that resource can be adapted to teach maybe improper fractions or mixed numbers. You can adapt a little bit, or you can adapt the resource that very good students, they can work at a higher level, and maybe the weaker students, they can work at a lower level. So you must show us that your resource is flexible, okay? Because this thing is stated clearly in your RMK. When they tell you, your resource must have P6, then that means the resource must be able to be adapted. So we have to follow that. Okay, so you must show us that your resource is flexible. It doesn't have to be so flexible that you have to teach so many things. Just 2. Everything also 2. As long as you can show this and something else, very good already. Okay. That is the effectiveness of the resource, right? That means if your resource is teaching proper pattern, we must be able to see that it really can be used for teaching proper fractions, okay? And the second thing is resource originality and creativity. So we expect a very innovative, original, creative design ideas for resource. Please don't copy from the internet, because I search the internet a lot. So when I look at the resource, I will know whether it's from the internet directly or not. You can adapt, that's no problem, okay? Superior resource quality and craftsmanship and attention to detail is very evident. So when you take your video, make sure you take your video properly, okay? Take a close-up shot so that we can see how well the resource is made, how good the craftsmanship is, whether you're using good quality material, you cut straight, okay? All the folds or whatever is paint, the paintwork is very good, all that kind of things, okay? We want to see superior quality and superior quality materials used for the entire resource. So you have marks for how good or how well your resource can be used and how superior the quality of your work is, because this is a teamwork, okay? If these 2 are very good, naturally your team skills are also very good, okay? So the others I'm not going to look at. Okay, so that is for task 3, okay? Any questions? Okay, when you do task 3, because this is a video presentation and doing in groups, you only the group leader needs to turn in the task. Okay, so that means later I will create an assignment turn in slots for you all. Only the group leader needs to turn in. When the group your front cover must have all 3 names with the all 3 IC and Angka Giliran. Okay, 1 page enough. Don't have to have 3 cover pages. 1 cover page for 1 group. Make sure you have your Borang Maklum Balas, and you must also, for task 3, you must also have this page maybe, yeah? You must tell us which DSKP year, which year you're using. Is it year 1, year 2, or year 3? You must tell us which learning area, topic, the content standards, and the learning standards. Okay? So for example, if you're taking this, numbers and operations is the learning area here. Okay? This one is learning area. This is topic. This is your learning standard. Say you want to teach this one, state the quantity by comparing. Say you want to teach this learning standards, then this is the content standards. Or maybe you want to teach number value, but you only want to teach this learning standard. Okay, so you must write the whole thing. 1.2 number value for content standard. For learning standard, 1.2.2, maybe you're doing all 1 to 4, or maybe you're doing just 1 and 2. Okay, so you must write it out clearly, all this. Okay. Okay. Any other questions for?
Madam, for taking the video, is it no need to show our face?
I think you have to, isn't it? You have to like.
Otherwise, we just record our maybe half body, something else. Focus on the material.
How do you all normally do it? I know that last semester, that 3033 paper, you all did a lot of recording, right? How do you all work from different places? How do you record the video? How do you record your resource?
Combine the video.
You combine the video, okay. So make sure you have at least your face there, so I can see who's that.
Okay.
It will be nice at least you have, yeah, so that I can see that you are the one working with that resource. And if possible, take from the start of your construction, okay? You take everything, put in a little bit, okay? So that we can see that you actually started from scratch and you actually built it. Okay. Okay, so now task 4, case study report. This is 35%. So task resource production was 15%. Okay, so this is very much higher, 35% individual work. During the same school-based program, you have the opportunity to join the professional learning community for mathematics. As a result of the discussion, PLC is a group that meets and discuss about teaching and learning mathematics. Okay, so as a result of the discussion, you find that there were several teaching and learning issues raised by the mathematics teachers of the school. Thus, you want to help these teachers overcome one issue that was raised, only one issue, by proposing a new plan that includes teaching and learning activities with the use of resources for the purpose of improvement. Okay, so here also you have some resources. Okay, based on the above scenario, you will discuss a teaching and learning issue. Okay, you're going to discuss one teaching and learning issue. Okay, you're going to discuss one teaching issue related to numbers and operations. You can do the same topic or you can do a different topic. That's up to you. Okay, this issue you need to discuss based on classroom practices and reputable references on research findings or authoritative references. I know you have seen all these words before. Do you know what this means? You have seen these words before, right? In your previous assignments, right? Okay, what is reputable references? Authoritative references?
We need to find internet.
Find where?
Yeah, internet.
Internet, but internet also got a lot of non-reputable references. You cannot take from blog. Okay,
Journal.
Blogs, yeah, journal, yes. But you see, where will you get your issue from? So you want issue means some difficulty in teaching or learning mathematics. Okay, for the topic, say you choose the topic fraction. So you want, there's so many difficulties that students face in teaching fractions. So maybe you only want to focus on one small issue. Okay, so where do you get this? Who told you that the students are having difficulty? So that's what we want to know. Who told you this? Okay. So either you take from reputable references, usually referring to journals, okay, on research findings, or authoritative references will be books. Okay. There are many like books on teaching mathematics written by good authors. You can take from books, or you can take from classroom practices. When you go for your PBS, you can talk to your mathematics teachers in your school, okay? And they can tell you, oh, my class, the students have this difficulty with fractions, okay? You can put that also in, okay? So that is the teaching learning issue. So you must tell us what is the issue, how did you know about the issue, who told you, and if it's from the journal, you must put in all the citations and everything. Explain the whole issue. Use examples, drawings, illustrations, and explain the issue. Okay? So this is 1,200 words. That's about how many pages?
Madam,
Yeah?
only issue in school, or we can do in any
Any issue
any
regarding that topic?
for children, or for
Yes.
any stage,
No,
or for
for primary
children,
school children. For primary school children.
primary.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, 1,200 words is actually 5 pages, double spaced. Okay, double spacing, 5 pages. So if you have 5 pages, how many pages are you going to devote to the issue? Anyone? Actually, it's
2.
up to you, but I would like to just discuss this today. Some of you will know, okay? Yeah, I also would do about 2 pages, okay? About 2 pages just to discuss on the issue. That means you must tell what is the issue, how do you know that the issue exists, okay? Which journals, who are the people who you can cite to tell that this issue exists, okay? And then you must explain. If you can't just say children have difficulty in learning addition of numbers. What kind of addition? You must show the example, okay? You must show how they went wrong, show the misconceptions and everything, okay? Show the examples and all that, discuss in detail, 2 pages. Once you've finished that ready, now you go to the second part. You plan an effective teaching and learning activity. That means you just come up with a plan how to overcome the issue. Your plan can be in the form of a lesson plan, but you don't have to write a complete lesson plan, okay? I don't even want a complete lesson plan. Just do one activity, okay? You do one activity to overcome that issue using suitable resources for improvement of the issue. Your resource, not necessary, it must be concrete. It can be ICT based. It even can be as simple as a worksheet, okay? As long as it can overcome that issue. Okay, okay, then that is second part. Third part is you need to present your findings as a case report, study report. That means since you're in school, once you have your activity and your resource, you give it to one student that you think has a problem. Ask the student to use your resource. You teach the student how to use, and then you collect some findings and just report what happened. Did it work or didn't work? That kind of thing. Okay. Any questions?
Madam, the 1,200 words is for both issues and overcome.
Yes, everything. That's what I told you. If you have 5 pages, 2 pages, use it for the issue, okay? Another 2 pages, you explain the teaching learning plan with the resource, all that you explain in another 2 pages, 2.5 pages, 2 pages lah. Then the last page, you just explain how you how you tested out your lesson, the activity, how you tested it and what you got. That's all, finish, 5 pages. Okay. So it looks quite big, but actually it's not very big. I mean, it's not to say where it can be done, okay? Okay, let's just look at the rubric first. Okay, for the rubric. So the criteria for this assignment, task 4, is the 3 criteria. One is relevance of issue. So we want to see if you can do an excellent analysis of teaching and learning issues with plenty of evidence from the literature. Okay, you need to give a lot of evidence from the literature. That means for A plus, you need to have read more than 3 journal articles. More than 3 means 4, 5, and so on. Okay, you don't have to read so many lah. Okay, 4 so enough already for A. You qualify for A plus already. Okay, anything less than 4 will go to A. Okay, able to show very high interest in seeking new knowledge to suggest excellent solutions to improve on issues, and have read more than 3 journals. Okay, and then we want to look at originality and creativity of teaching and learning activity, your creativity. Okay, how you design your teaching and learning activity. Teaching and learning activities are very comprehensive. Very comprehensive means you have written it out in detail. Every small thing you have written it out clearly. Okay, consistent and detailed on one of the topics. Very high ability to plan and create activities for improving issues with the integration of new and alternative ideas. They always ask for these alternative ideas. That means when you create an activity to overcome the issue, you must give 2 ideas minimum. 2 enough, no need to go do more than that. Okay, you give 2 ideas on how to. You can use 1 resource, 2 ideas, or you can use 2 resources, 2 ideas, up to you. As long as you have 2 ideas, you can say, okay, maybe first I will try to overcome this issue using this plan, this activity. Then I also have another idea, I can also use this. And then you must justify why you want to use the second idea. You have to give a little bit of justification for the second idea, okay? And then use of resources are described very clearly and in detail, very high ability to think out of the box. And then for organization, how you organize it, whether it's easy to read, very highly in line with academic writing style and conventions. Supporting materials such as references, pictures, attachments, etc. are included in an organized and complete manner. Okay, only your reference, and if you want to put copies of journal, you can put in the attachment. Everything else must be inside the coursework at your task. Okay, wherever you're doing your task, you must be there. Okay, so you have any questions? Okay, I want to tell you one more thing. Present your findings as a case study report. I know some of you will go and read this up. Okay, what is case study report? And I don't want to see a research case study report. Don't give me a research report. This coursework is not about a research report. It is just issue, how to overcome it. That's all. Okay, you can write in any way you like. Okay, but I can suggest something for you lah. Okay, for task 4, you can write like this. Okay, this is just how you divide your work. Okay, in part 1, you talk about your teaching learning issue related to numbers and operations. You can put whatever topic you want, say fractions. Okay, and then what is the issue? Who said this issue existed? Okay, elaborate, give details of the issue, give examples using drawings and illustrations. Okay, this is already part 1. We discussed earlier that this you can do in 2 pages. Okay, and then part 2, your teaching learning plan to overcome the issue. This is actually an activity. Okay, part 3 is resources to overcome issue. Okay, talk about the resource, talk about your resource. Okay, give drawings and illustrations about on your resource, or attach your resource there. Okay, and then in part 4, how you implement the plan and findings. That means this one, give it to one student, ask the student to do, take some photographs, attach photographs, proof that you actually implemented it. Okay, put a lot of photographs and then tell what happened, just the findings, one short paragraph, so enough already, findings. Okay, conclusion, finished. Okay, when you want to do an activity or a learning plan, okay, an activity or a teaching learning plan, so you always have to start with, maybe you have a title for the activity, maybe you don't have a title. Okay, and you must have the, for what is the objective of the activity. Okay, what is the objective of the activity? At the end of the activity, what the student will be able to do, okay? And then you must have all the materials. What are the materials that you need to? So here is where you will write your resource name and whatever else you need, okay? And then procedure, okay? How to carry out this activity. Step 1, do 1. Step 2, do 1. Step 3, do 1. So when somebody goes through this whole activity, by the time they finish the last step, okay, maybe you have a closure. When they finish the last step, they already have overcome the problem. The thing has already worked. Okay, you can follow this format for the activity if you want. Okay. Okay, any questions? Okay, don't worry about it, right? Okay, so the first, let's take it one thing at a time, okay? First thing is to do task 3. You just focus on task 3 until you hand up your task 3. After you hand up the task 3, we can discuss the task 4 again. Okay, you don't have to work on task 4 now. You just work on task 3. So are you clear about task 3?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Yes.
Any questions?